bringing up weird plot things.
Okay.
Halloween party at
Yes.
the end where he turns the people into monsters.
Oh, yes.
He does the spell and says that he wants this to affect everyone.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't affect everyone. Because you can see in the background,
Uh-huh.
there's people like dressed up like fairies
Uh-huh.
that have flimsy wings, that are still wearing like full costume wings. Like, it's not affecting everyone. It's only really affecting the scary ones. But it got me thinking of like this spell. If someone's dressed like a fairy or a wizard, are you literally giving them magic?
That's a good point.
Like, dude,
Where's some Pixie Hollow shit? Right?
I could be Tinkerbell.
Okay. Bye-bye, Facebook, and hello, friends of Disney.
Hello, friends.
What's up?
Back to another Halloweentown episode.
Spooky.
I know, right? I got chills. No. If you haven't checked out last week's episode talking about the first Halloweentown, check it out now. I will be disappointed in you if you don't. It's great. It's beautiful.
But as mentioned before, this is a series. So today we're on
Halloweentown II.
2.
Kalabar's Revenge.
Oh, and also please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you would like to see more giveaways,
Check out the Instagram.
yes, and please subscribe to us so that way we know you want giveaways because we still have more cool items.
We got room to grow and we want to be in a bigger spot to do more giveaways.
We want to give you stuff.
We do want to give you, so we have lots of stuff to give.
Now back to Halloweentown.
Yes. Anyways, so, okay, Halloweentown 2. Last week, when we talked about Halloweentown 1, we talked a lot about Halloween, the Halloween movie genre as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
but also Halloweentown, the first movie, was a lot of exposition.
Halloweentown. Gosh, sorry, I'm trying not to mess with the cord here. Anyways, Halloweentown 2. This one was one of the more memorable movies for me.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you ever did this, but like, so my grandma obviously had TV, like we had cable TV and like VHS tapes at my house, but my grandma had dish. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So normally, like during holiday seasons or something like that with dish, you were able to like record movies.
Yes.
Yes. So I would be like, Grandma, you need to record this movie for me. So when I come over during the summer, I can watch it. Anyways, I also lived my summers at my grandma's. Um, um, kind of a long explanation story we don't need to go into.
I have a similar. I spent a lot of my summers with my grandma too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Because at the time, like I was living in Portland and
Long stories.
yeah, long stories. But anyways, so normally Halloweentown 2 was the main one that like I would go back and rewatch and um also Cadet Kelly and Wendy Wu.
Yes, I love those two as well.
Yeah. Well, I feel like those were also like the most replayed movies on Disney Channel.
Wendy Wu especially. Cadet
Yes.
Kelly fell off.
Yeah. I mean, and then it was the Princess Protection Program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to Halloweentown before we go on a decom sidetrack.
I like Calabar's Revenge.
So I'm gonna irritate you a little bit, okay?
Okay.
So Calabar's Revenge. The title is spelt with Calabar as a K. The subtitles all have Calabar
With a C.
with a C.
That's funny. I don't think I watched it. Okay, so I watched it this morning, not gonna lie.
I watched it a couple days ago and rewatched it today.
Yeah. I don't think I watched it with subtitles, which is weird because I normally watch things with subtitles.
Right? Me too.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I watched it with subtitles. I also re-got Netflix, so I've kind of been.
I was gonna give you my Netflix password.
It's okay.
Okay.
It doesn't have ads. I paid more money for no ads, which I'm also surprised my Disney Plus still doesn't have ads.
Yeah, it's because It's a long story, but
Well, I have like the Disney Plus, ESPN, and
yeah,
Hulu bundle.
they've since Disney Plus has first came out, they've redone their bundles and stuff. Like my bundle, like the bundle I'm on, no longer exists as an option. It's called a legacy bundle, so it's being grandfathered.
Hmm.
But they do have an ad option. So there's weird stuff with their bundles because they keep changing stuff.
I was like, I still don't get ads, which I'm grateful
Me
for.
too.
Yeah.
My
I mean,
Hulu gets ads.
yeah, same. I was like, my Hulu gets ads, but
Yeah,
that's okay.
yeah, we don't use Hulu that much.
Yeah.
But so when it comes to Halloweentown 2, I always viewed this movie as a reverse of the first movie
I can see that.
because it was always like, oh, we're in the human world. Let's go to Halloweentown. And the villain was like, oh no, people of Halloweentown, let's rise up against them, against humans. And now Halloweentown 2 is primarily based in the human world with trying to basically flip the roles of who's Halloween and who's monster.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always thought it was like a little bit of like a one went one way, the other is going the opposite way.
It's kind of like a game of telephone in a way, though, because obviously it's Grandma and
Marnie.
Marnie, yes, in in Halloween Town trying to save their town
Mhm.
while the siblings are doing like all the background stuff and Kalabar is
Yeah.
doing his own manipulative stuff and
What's your thoughts on? Well, okay. Sorry, there's a lot of things I love about this movie. I love. Okay, let's talk about the glow up of Marnie first.
yes.
Marnie had a good glow up
Yes, she
between the
did.
first and second movie. She's not a whiny teen.
Yes. Um, she's definitely more developed as a character in this one, which
Mhm.
I think this is why it's a little bit more memorable too, is because she did grow up a bit.
Well, and like we said in the first movie, it was a lot of exposition and setting up. Like if you really look at the plot of the first movie, like we said, it's not the best plot, but they did such a good job on the exposition side of it, the world building, that it made up for it. And now you have this movie where everything is already established and now it's all plot and story and it's great.
Was sorry, I was just thinking about this. Was it Grunts his name?
Hmm?
The dude who held all lost things.
Oh, Gort.
Gort. Okay, I thought it was Grunts.
No, Gort.
As much as this is one of the more memorable movies for me, I can't remember their names for the life of me.
Right?
Noms.
I don't know about you. I wish that there was an actual place like Gort's house.
Yes, exactly.
I really wish there
Okay.
was a real place.
And
And
I
not
also had like a theoretical, okay?
okay.
So Gort obviously the book got lost, so went to his place, right?
Yes.
And then Calabar bought it just so that way um she wouldn't have the copy. But obviously, like if he bought it like decades back too, like we get pretty busy in our lives. But like what if he forgot about it? Like there's a good thing cuz he had a son. He's probably not paying attention to the fucking book when he has his kid. So like does that mean he forgot about it and then it became lost and then like this man is making bank.
Assuming he gets spanked. Because remember, he says like anything that gets lost there goes poof. Just poof. So it makes me wonder what constitutes as things being lost. Like, is it someone has to take something there? Or is it he forgets it's even there and it just goes poof because he lost it's there, even though he may not. Like, so much junk just shows up there. It's like, he's not going to know absolutely everything that's there. So is there stuff that's just sitting there that he doesn't know about, or does that stuff go poof?
I feel like with the high influx of everything, like the most memorable things like grandma's book, he's going to keep track of, but
Mhm.
like hair ties, socks.
The last piece of the jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, like
Okay, okay, you brought up socks. I thought that was the most annoying shit ever.
I loved that.
I could feel Marnie's pain of like none of them match. That's the whole point.
Well, yeah, and then I was just like, okay, so these socks resemble the lost items. Like, of course, none of the socks are gonna match.
Yeah.
The most annoying part for me was when the grandma started going in on the socks.
Okay, yeah. When it was just Gordon, he goes, "Do you think these match?" I thought that was hilarious. But when it's like him and the grandma, I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah. Oh God. Oh.
So you want to know something really cute?
Hmm.
The actress who plays Marnie, Kimberly J. Brown,
Hmm.
she's married to Calabar's son. They
I
actually
mean, I don't know if that's cute,
they
but
just got married this year.
oh wow. I mean, I wouldn't like in terms of the context of this movie,
Not in the context of this movie. It's not great,
the
but the actual like actors and stuff nowadays, like they're actually really cute. I just followed them on Instagram. They're really cute.
gotta look at this now.
I'm surprised Cal wasn't more angry towards Calabar. Like, why would he want to fulfill his father's dream if his father kept him a secret and was ashamed of him, basically?
Maybe because he was actually good looking.
You're not wrong. Calabar was not good looking.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Kimberly Brown. Sorry, I'm doing like oh wow, she's almost 40 too.
I know, right?
Wow. I mean, go her. Okay, yeah, that is.
Yeah, right?
I see it. Um, I mean, yeah,
I mean,
his son's a little bit more attractive than
just a little. Makes me want to know who mommy is.
yeah.
Like he had Calabar had a huge thing for Gwen, Marnie's mom. I want to know who he almost had like pity sex with.
That's a good point. But okay, the mom must have had like better looks though, obviously, because the son inherited those traits.
I mean, Calabar was evil. It's not hard to be like, put a spell on you. You love me.
I was like, I'm pretty sure that's what he did. He was like, "You're mine for the and then he forgot to use the condom.
Awkward.
And
But
then she woke up and then he was like, "Hey."
okay, sorry. There's one thing I've always wanted to have in my like growing up. The one thing I wish I had,
Hmm.
which is not possible, but I really wish I had it.
Hmm.
Aggie's room in the house, like how the door just appears and you can like get the door to go away.
Mhm.
I would live for that. Like if you just wanted to like not have anyone come in, have the door just go away and just be in your room.
Idea. Your room is an elevator. So that way your room just slides down walls.
Yes.
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 Like kind of like a bunker room. Okay, so hear me out. Like a place where there's like an earthquake or something, you can just elevator your room down so that way like nothing in your house gets destroyed by the hurricane
Mm-hmm.
because often like have you seen the videos like the hurricane beds?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so essentially your room does that, but also if you just wanted to F off from people and have no door,
Exactly.
that'd be genius.
Like that's like the ultimate introvert dream.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Or
Though I
or
wonder,
or, or if you're trying to do stuff behind your parents' back and you don't want them walking in.
I mean, there's a lot of things you could do behind your parents' back, besides entering in guests.
Yes.
I was just thinking about that though, because in Washington, we need to have like a window. Like if you have something in the basement, there needs to be access for
Yep.
first responders to get to your room. So that means that would need a long ass window for the room to slide down and still have access to the room.
Not unless you made a trap door between rooms. So that way you only the room that is uninhabited would need the window and you just have the trap door down to the main room.
Well, no, that's what like I'm saying is just like
Rather than a big window. So you have the part that you're in, like, and you want to get away from people, so you elevator down.
yeah.
And you have the fake room almost. That gets the elevator. I mean, that gets the window,
Mm,
trapdoor in the floor.
yeah.
So it's one window.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought you were saying one long window.
yeah, no, like there's that little like whoop de doop thing.
hmm
You've got your window. Yeah. There's
Okay. We're getting a little.
okay,
Bottom line is,
before I try and like give you gibberish of my explanation, this is why I should live in the world of Sims. Everyone would understand me.
but bottom line is, we'd love to have a room like that, though.
Yes, that'd be great.
What are your thoughts on Cal as a villain? Like, it's in terms of like the overall plot. Like, we got very early on cue of him being the villain with like his face showing up in the wall and stuff. Which I noticed throughout the movie he's a fan of that, just making his face show up. The wall.
He's kind of a lame villain too.
He really is.
So far, we've had two lame villains. Okay, that's what he inherited from his dad.
Like father, like son. You can't do a good job.
God, that can go wrong in many ways.
I also don't like Luke's new design. Like, out of all the glow ups, I
Mhm.
think Luke was not the best.
Yeah.
Like, he does not look great.
Also, let's talk about the rest of the kids and their glow ups. They actually have more personality too.
Yes.
I loved it.
I love Sophie.
Also, the mom.
Poor mom.
God.
I actually feel with her on this one.
I kind of feel like and like she's like in a situation of Carrie almost with like from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, where like men will like hit on her and then she's just kind of like, yeah, that's great, but
See, I'm more thinking about how she feels like, especially that fight between her and her grandma in the beginning of the movie, and
Mhm.
Marnie's talking to her. I understand her frustration of like, she had this view of her kids not learning about their powers and stuff, and that got undermined a year ago. And now they're learning magic and everything, and she feels like her authority is slipping as a mom. The grandma's undermining her authority as a parent.
That brought up a second thing that I wanted to talk about was the concept of the kids spending a year in Halloween Town and then a year
Marnie spending a year in
yeah,
Halloweentown. Yeah.
and then spending another year back at home. I mean, as we learned by the fourth movie, that she's going to be going to school, but um kind of what were your thoughts on that now that you're a dad?
No, yeah. So, as a dad now, which is so weird to say that, but also knowing like me growing up and everything, I it's any parent would know this. You want what's best for your kids, but they're going to have their own desire. Marnie clearly has a path that she wants to follow, being the head of the Cromwell line. You know, so like being basically like taking grandma's place and being like the lead of the family
Hmm.
on like the Halloweentown side. And yeah, that's going to take a lot of training, especially if her training was supposed to be completed by her 13th Halloween.
And she was very far behind.
Very far behind. And so I definitely understand the mom's grievance of, you're going to be gone a year. You're going to come back and it's not going to be what you thought it was, especially since time flows differently in Halloweentown,
Hmm.
you know? And so you figure, like, I definitely understand that. Like, I moved to Spokane to go to school and stuff. And ever since going back to the west side, it's felt a lot different to me. You
Yeah,
know,
that's how I feel going to Portland.
I don't live there anymore. And even though I know the town off the back of my hand and know my way around, it's like I don't live there.
That vacation I took to California, going through Portland, oh my God, it was horrible. Like, I love Oregon. I couldn't even stop in Portland because I just like straight up cried. And I was just like, this isn't the same. And I
Mhm.
just kept driving because I was just like, one, couldn't face my past. Two, it was an overwhelming sense of
Mhm.
wanting that back.
Yeah. Well, and like that's how I feel. Like when I was back, like I saw my old high school and like I wanted to be back in band. I wanted to see all of my friends and none of that what I had left is no longer there. My
Yeah.
friends are still there and like my family, all that stuff is there.
Except for when I go to Grand Coulee.
It's not but it's not how it was when I left.
Yeah.
And when I started to like reintegrate with my family and my friends and I are like on a much more regular basis, but at first it was a culture shock and a half because I'm like everything's different now. I wasn't prepared for this.
See, I feel like,
And so hold on. It's like but so Marnie is still young and doesn't understand that that's going to be the case and her mom's trying to tell her that like you're not going to know what it's going to be like to be back here. But nothing's going to prep you for that.
yeah,
Like if Marty wants to do that, and even if you had her stay in school here, she's gonna go back. She's still gonna go to Halloweentown,
yeah.
you know?
I don't know. I kind of think on that because, like, as you were talking about, like, going back, I'm like, I've grown up in two different places in Portland and in Grand Coulee, and then here in Spokane. Going back to Portland, things are definitely not the same. Going back to Grand Coulee, everything's the same. Like, even though I'm not in school there anymore, nothing in that town has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's kind of weird because like I'm the person who's kind of like, yeah, one town, everything is
Yeah. Well, and like Marysville, a lot of it's the same, but I'm like noticing things like, oh, they completely changed that school's playground. It's not the old playground like it was.
yeah.
Oh, they moved the jail. uh, right? And stuff, or like some of the street layouts are different and stuff. Like they closed down my middle school.
Oh, really?
Like my middle school is completely closed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm like, shit, you know?
Meanwhile, like,
But
uh,
Marnie, Marnie, I don't feel like is Marnie's a little hot headed and jumps in head first a lot. And
yeah.
don't, and I understand the situation with the grandma of like, at this point in the movie where it's like the portal's only open once a
Okay,
year,
but the fact that they're able to cast a spell and go into Halloween Town,
but only once a year at this point in the movie. It's only open once a year. And so Marnie is not being the most responsible and really thinking about this decision. It's a big decision. You know, you're talking about leaving for a year. One, how are you going to cover that up?
also coming back at Halloween time is a weird time to come back at school.
Well, exactly. It's like, how are you going to cover that up? You're leaving in the middle of a school year, coming back in the middle of a school year, not being seen for a year, like literally off the grid. How are you going to cover that up?
Yeah.
How are you going to explain that one to your friends? How are your family going to explain that?
The neighbors because they're gonna be like, "Oh, I noticed Melanie hasn't like come
Exactly.
in or out of the house."
Like that's a missing persons case. That's 911 being called.
Yeah. Except, I mean, obviously the mom's not gonna report her child as a missing person because
But people could be reporting on her though.
that'd be annoying AF.
I know. But it's one of those things, but and like, well, clearly, like the issue gets resolved because they were at the end of the movie are able to reopen the portal,
Mm-hmm.
which I really don't know how I feel about that scene. It's really weird. That whole thing with the spell is really weird.
Yeah, that's fair.
I,
I just
I
Melanie, she definitely does jump head.
Marnie,
Oh my God, why do I keep saying
you're like slipping more and more each time you say it.
God? I'm one of those people. I'm gonna start just calling her Mary at some point.
Marnie,
Marnie. Yeah, she definitely does jump head first, and she does not really put much thought behind it. I mean, I feel like that's different for us because we both tend to think a little more about our decisions before doing them.
it's true. Very, very true. But like,
But she's also a teenager, so can we blame her?
yes and no.
But I think the mom's like fair for standing her ground.
100%. Well, especially since the grandma's undermining her. Like, I'm sorry. I get you want to be the fun, cool grandma. All kids love grandma, always.
Yeah.
But parents come first. Parents are the decision makers. If what mom says goes,
And like I don't see an issue with her practicing magic on Earth.
there isn't one. But well, and like her mom said it, like magic can get you anything you want. And one lesson that she learned from her late husband slash Marnie, like slash the kids' dad,
Mm-hmm.
was that it's much more rewarding if you do it yourself.
Yeah.
Do the hard work. And she wants her kids to understand that without the shortcut,
Yeah.
which is fair. It's like learning how to do basic arithmetic without a calculator,
That's so fun.
like doing the basic arithmetic by hand. Yeah, I know, right?
Okay. On a side note, I won't say his name. That was one of our conversations we had.
Mm.
Because with him being an engineer, anyways, well, besides
But
that point,
like it's the same thing. It's like, yeah, a calculator can give you a shortcut, but if you learn it by hand,
so much fun.
you don't have to rely on the
Statistics by
calculator.
hand, so much fun.
Eh.
No, statistics by hand is fun. Derivatives, oh, love
Anyways, but like, so I don't blame the mom on like why her apprehensiveness. I don't get along with math.
them.
We'll talk afterwards. But so I really don't blame the mom on her reactions in the movie. But
I'm still
okay,
having a mental breakdown on you not liking math. Math is so fun. You should have at least so much fun with fractions. Music is fractions.
I know music is fractions, but music is music and math is math. Music math makes sense. Math don't make sense a lot of the time to me.
Math is math. Music math is math. Chef math is math.
We're getting off topic. You need to pull it together. Anyways,
Math is math and math is math.
can I tell you something? Okay, I want to bring up couple awkward weird plot things.
Okay.
Halloween party at
Yes.
the end where he turns the people into monsters.
Oh, yes.
He does the spell and says that he wants this to affect everyone.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't affect everyone because you can see in the background
Uh-huh.
there's people like dressed up like fairies
Uh-huh.
that have flimsy that are still wearing like full costume wings. Like it's not affecting everyone. It's only really affecting the scary ones. But it got me thinking of like this spell. If someone's dressed like a fairy or a wizard, are you literally giving them magic?
That's a good point.
Like, dude,
Where's some Pixie Hollow shit?
right? I could be Tinkerbell.
Would you be Tinkerbell though? Okay, we gotta save that for a Tinkerbell movie of which fairy class we think we fit in.
That is true. Anyways,
Oh
but
my
like,
gosh.
I think that
So
was like
many
that was
ideas.
such an interesting thing. Like I'm looking in the background and I'm like, that lady's wing fell off. But like it's true though. I'm like, you didn't do it to everyone.
Okay, well also, it could be related to like maybe he's just like not as good as magic as he thought. Cause like especially with Marnie, right?
Marnie.
Okay. I had to question myself there. With the spell of her going back in time.
Yeah.
First time she did it only went back 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then next time she went back like,
Caveman.
yeah,
So I mean that is a fair point, but let's be honest, we all know what the real reason is.
producer's lazy.
I'm gonna say production costs.
Yeah.
But no, the other weird plot thing. How stupid
Hmm.
is the whole trappa and apart crap? You gotta admit, that is stupid.
Yeah. I feel no, it's stupid.
It's stupid. Like you hear the spell that the grandma does to undo the creature spell, and like it's a whole big thing.
Like I don't even know how to pronounce the spells that grandma's going off on.
Right?
Like it is Simoleon and
Latin.
Flarbe.
Latin.
Hold up. Oh. To me it sounds like Sim. So hold up. Sim phrases. Sol. Phoebe Lay.
Okay, I hear your point. But like
Not.
but no, that whole stupid little spell being like, "Oh, it's the back door." It's like you didn't set that up. You were just came up with some dumb way for them to be able to undo it, kind of.
Okay, you know what? No. Sorry. Look at these sim words. I gotta poo.
Whip the choba dog?
Sauce awful.
Okay, moving on from Sims.
Okay, but no, like thinking of the trappa and apart,
Yeah.
the I gotta poo to poo I gotta like you could see it.
Okay, but like, okay, the apart thing kind of makes a little bit sense because it's like you're splitting apart like their personality.
Uh
But Trappa,
yeah.
Trappa,
Also, why is apart like to go gray?
because you're like splitting them apart, or like you're removing a part. It's like a part of them.
I just feel like that's kind of lame.
It is lame. That's the whole thing.
Also, why gray? Like that that whole
It makes. Well, you heard about the grandma said. It's like it's supposed to be basically humans from the perspective of Halloweentown. Halloweentown is very vibrant, diverse, lively. So to them, humans are gray and boring. I kind of appreciate it being gray rather than everything being beige.
I mean today it would be beige.
Beige would look gross.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean this is why the beige mom trend.
I know.
Sorry, but today it would be beige.
But at least gray still allows for the depth of color,
Yes.
you know? Not in the same way, but like you can see that depth.
Also, Luke was the ogre thingy, right?
Luke was a goblin.
Yeah. Man, the chemistry between him and Marnie.
I know it makes me upset for the third and fourth movies.
I know. Because they're cute.
They are cute,
And they're
but I
fun.
also get brother sister vibes from them.
Nah, I get high school sweetheart.
Brother sister.
High,
They bicker like brother sweet, like brother sister.
high school sweethearts.
Agree to disagree?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I could see them playing around. Oh,
Over the river, through the woods to grandma's house we go.
oh God.
Anyways, no.
Who's the big bad wolf?
Okay, do you plot wise, what are your thoughts on like the story as a whole?
It's better
I
than the first one.
way better. I find it really interesting because I love the time crunch.
Yeah.
Like we talked about this in the first movie about how they didn't talk about the 13th Halloween aspect for Marnie. They didn't use that very well, and it would have added that layer of stress. I think that deadline of midnight added necessary stress for the movie that kept the movie going, you know?
Also, how old was Dylan in this movie?
I don't know.
Because now, like with that concept, like he's kind of getting there.
He grew up a lot in a year.
Yeah. Right? I was just like, he really grew up.
Yep. But I'm okay with it.
So he might be, let's say 12.
He looks like a 16-year-old.
Yeah, he does.
And it's probably just because of the distance between movies, though. 'Cause there's no,
Yeah,
we all know there's not a year difference between movies.
that is true.
Also, so what are your thoughts on the Golem, Frogman?
Oh, yes.
That was so weird.
Yeah.
It was so weird. Okay, wait, no, really quick on Dylan. I feel bad for Dylan. He's just looking for a girlfriend. He's looking for a date, and he just keeps getting rejected. But also, he's kind of dumb at how he does it. Hey, you want to go to the Halloween party at the high school, even though I hate Halloween and am not wearing a costume?
Like,
Like,
oh, okay. After the podcast, I got to tell you something that
okay,
we planned.
okay, come on.
Because, sorry, it goes along with costumes, though.
Oh God. Okay,
I'm so excited. You're gonna love this.
podcast.
I'm sorry. I got off topic because we started talking about costumes. And then this brought it to my point. Girls want to have fun. Thank you, Cyndi Lauper.
Dylan, feel bad for Dylan.
Yeah, but like him asking girls, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna wear a costume."
He's dumb, but I also feel bad for him because he's
That's why I
trying.
said girls just want to have fun.
That doesn't make sense in this context.
Girls want to wear like if they're going to a Halloween costume
Well,
party.
well, yes, but it's beyond just girls though. It's like, dude, you want to go to a party that that you basically hate?
That is true. Like, sorry, this is making me think back to Wizards of Waverly Place, but um David says in one of the episodes, he's like, it's with when oh my gosh, it was the episode that Alex won Wizard of the Year, and the dad goes like, it's not fun when you have to invite somebody who doesn't want to be here. And it's the same vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like that's the thing. It's like he's clearly like really wanting
He
like a
wants to
relationship.
socialize.
He wants to socialize. He wants to be in a relationship, but he's going about it a wrong way
Yeah.
because he doesn't like Halloween. He doesn't like all of that stuff, which is okay.
Maybe just Halloween isn't like, maybe Valentine's Day is more of his thing. Like, I could see him being like, here's a rose and some chocolates. Would you like to go to this dance with me?
Yeah, like I could see it. Like he could be the classic good guy,
Yeah.
but not like Halloween. But I'm like, dude, you're picking the wrong way to do about this.
Yeah.
Like, don't jeopardize yourself for the relationship.
Like, low key, like, if he doesn't like Halloween that much, he needs to find a girl who also doesn't like Halloween. That way they can just sit at home and do whatever they both like together.
They can defrost Mariah Carey together.
Yes. Though finding a girl who doesn't like Halloween might be a little bit hard.
Very much so. Halloween is so much fun.
And it's not a phase, Mom. Because come on, spooky season is the time the gothic girls are like, oh my gosh.
Okay. Okay,
Speaking
so
of which, I bought My Chemical Romance shirt today.
nice.
I'm so excited.
So
Yes.
since it's a sequel and like
Yes.
all DComs, each sequel gets a higher production cost.
Mm-hmm.
We've noticed this a lot. What was your favorite upgrade in the special effects? Or like what was your favorite special effects scene in the movie with the upgraded cost? Because you didn't really see much in the first movie.
Um, Honestly, I want to say when Marnie was doing the spell of going back in time,
Really?
because there was the double of them, and then the caveman, and then going back, and then
Oh yeah.
there was just a lot of things going on there between the grayscale and then going back to the normal room.
See, realistically, my favorite part is when throughout the whole series, it's whenever the portal gets summoned. I think it's just cool. But I also really find the scene where Marnie has to grab Aggie's spell books from
Mhm,
Cal. I think the effects in that scene are like really cool, you know?
mhm,
Seeing like how she likes to start like glowing and stuff with her magic, and he's like has like all this like electricity and darkness on the books, and she has to grab it and whatnot. I think that part it was really cool. I just think the fact that was destroyed somehow in that was dumb as shit.
mhm.
Like it's like worse than Harry Potter killing Voldemort with Expelliarmus, which is what happened. But I'm like, you didn't do anything. You grabbed books and he got destroyed. He basically like axed himself.
It's a good. Yeah, I like. I feel like they should have done something a little bit better than like the whole like villain hero plot. Um,
I didn't mind it, but they didn't do a good job with the villain.
I feel like they could have done more of like a mean girl plot, you know? I feel like that would have behaved better.
I think a different approach would have done really well. Kidnapping Sophie.
You know, that's also a good one. Because right now these villains are pretty lame.
Kidnap Sophie, try to basically control her,
Mm-hmm.
where it's Marnie has to fight her baby sister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That would have been a lot more interesting. But yeah.
This one gets a thumbs up compared to
Oh,
the previous one.
both of them get thumbs ups. They did good for what they were trying to achieve. You know, because again, the first movie was all exposition. They weren't really trying to focus much on the story.
Yeah.
It was all establishing the world, and now that that world was established, this movie was able to succeed because they didn't have to worry about exposition,
Yeah.
which was really nice.
I mean, I feel like even with the first one, they didn't have to like, go as much in depth about setting the whole plot. Like, I think they could have portrayed the like, like that like 5 minute or like 10 minute story like Disney sometimes does, and it was like once upon a time type of thing, except not book style, but they could have had the narrator been like from the ages of blah, and then there is this act passed by the monsters of Halloween Town that we now know like what people dress up as, and this is the only day that they can cross between
Oh,
realms.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get that, but at the same time, it's nice not having that given what that movie was trying to achieve,
Yeah.
considering it was like, no, they don't know about Halloween Town. We don't know about Halloween Town. What's Halloween Town? You know?
But I mean like it would give context of Halloween Town, and then like it goes straight to the family, and then you would watch the family, and then you'd be like, I want to know what Halloweentown is because the narrator told you about it, but you haven't seen it yet. And then poof, grandma. And then grandma, is from Halloweentown. Then you can go from there to Halloweentown, and then you'd be like, oh my god, this is Halloweentown. This is so cool.
I mean, yeah, but I think the way they did it worked well given the series.
I just think Disney could have done it better.
There's always a way to do things better, but what they did wasn't bad either.
No. I mean, obviously, we still
Yeah.
watch it, but
Oh, 100%. Us and millennials alike.
the last time I watched all the Halloweentown movies, though, back to back, was when I had my tonsils removed.
Oh, for me, it was last year. I do it every year. I can't help it. It's a classic.
No, I don't really watch Halloweentown every year for Christmas. I watch The Nightmare Before Christmas every year for Halloween. And then somehow okay, as we talked about this in the last episode, that a horror movie is not a Halloween movie, but a Halloween can be a horror movie. I end up do start to get on a horror streak towards the end of October and then beginning of November, because I'm like, all right, I've been in spooky season long enough. I can now prepare myself to watch the scary movies, and I can survive them. I will not die. I feel very confident at that time, and I'm like, I am ready. And then Halloween night, I'm like, it is scary time.
See, for me, I have a list of movies that movies, episodes that I just routinely watch. Like the Halloweentown series is there. Twitches, there. Nightmare Before Christmas, there. Haunted Mansions, yes. Which I do qualify the Haunted Mansion just because Haunted Mansions embody that spirit of Halloween.
Why my brain so whoa. I don't know why my brain just went off on that, but Haunted Mansion is one I also watch every year.
I love Haunted Mansion.
But no, I was just gonna look up the Halloween collection because I feel like there are some I definitely watch every year. I just don't think about it.
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus, yes.
Yep.
I went over Haunted Mansion.
Yep.
I hate the fact Descendants is in here because
there's a lot of things in here that I just hate are in there. Oh, Girl versus Monster is a good one.
I have not actually seen that.
Oh, that's a really good one. But anyways,
I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I watch every year, and I don't know.
Yeah. No. In all honesty, if I had to...
Oh, Twitches.
Yeah, I said Twitches.
My brain is being kind of stupid.
If I had to rank the second Halloweentown movie in my order of where I would how much I like it.
I like this one better than the first.
I like it better than the first. I would say it probably hits... Do I like it better than the first?
I just realized what I watch most during Halloween time, and it's Chucky.
I love Chucky.
I still have the Chucky cheese doll in my room.
Anyways, I actually think I like the first and second Halloweentown movies pretty equally, in all honesty.
Yeah.
My favorite one is actually the third one.
I don't really remember the third. I just remember mainly the second and the fourth.
For me, it goes 3, 4, no, 3, 1 and 2, and then 4.
See, for me, it's 2, 4, 1. 3.
I like 4 a lot because it was actually the first Halloweentown movie I ever watched. It was my entrance into the series, but because of me watching the other ones, I see a much more linear progression that the fourth one just doesn't deliver on for me.
That's fair. I like the second one. The fourth one, gave me more of the feeling I like out of movies. And then first and third. Third is last because I really never remember it.
Well, I'm looking forward to next week's then.
I know. See if I remember what to talk about.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Are we gonna go get food?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't think there's anything more we can talk about this movie.
No.
No. Okay, well, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode on Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge.
Enjoy the spooky season.
Always enjoy spooky season, and check if you haven't watched the first episode of this series, check it out and come back next week as we talk about Halloweentown 3, Halloweentown High.
Bye, guys.
Bye.